I let the 808s clip a little bit. I let the kicks clip a little bit. I appreciate you noticing. It's one of the things that I enjoy listening to when I'm riding around and listening to my tracks and seeing how they're performing.
In this video, we're going to talk about how producers can promote their beats in 2021. And the good thing is, my friend Jawsh Crespo and myself are going to do things a little bit different. We're going to answer your Twitter questions coming up. So guys, I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's have a look at DJ Syncope, I think the name is. Let's have a look at his question. What would your first and second choices be for non-social media marketing targets? Does it vary from genre to genre? Mate, this is a really good question. I will target beat forums, Facebook groups, Reddit groups, Discord. I'll definitely focus on those groups if I was you. Now mate, I'm going to be really honest with you. You do not want to spam these forums, all right? I know that's what a lot of people do. They jump in and they just start spamming their links everywhere. That does not work. As a promotional method, mate, it does not work. The first thing you need to do is you need to write really comprehensive comments. And when I say comprehensive, I'm talking maybe 2, even 3 paragraphs of a comment that's really comprehensive that answers somebody's question. And we're gonna take things nice and slow. We're not gonna rush it. We're just gonna answer people's comments, and it's gonna take a bit of time, mate. It's gonna take maybe a month, maybe even 2 months before you even start promoting something. You would just wanna answer people's questions and leave a really comprehensive comment. Now, one thing I would recommend, and this is where people go wrong, is the name that you give yourself in these forums, whether it's Reddit, whether it's Discord, it needs to be exactly the same as your social media platforms. Because if you don't, you're gonna have a problem. Because when people wanna come and find you, they're really gonna struggle. So make sure your name in these forums is exactly the same as your social media platform so that you're easy to find. Now trust me on this, if you continue to leave comprehensive comments that are really good, people are going to start to notice you. They're going to do a search in social media for your username, and things that are going to pop up are going to be things like Twitter and Instagram. So that would be my recommendation. Josh, what do you think, buddy?
I would definitely recommend Reddit. From what I've heard, Reddit can be a really good place to meet a lot of producers. There's lots of kits that go around on there and stuff like that. So Reddit for collaborating, for networking, just like you said, just drop your insight, drop some knowledge, drop your 2 cents on a topic, but actually do it and actually like build relationships with these people, because that's what's gonna bring them coming back and bring them searching for you when they need maybe beats or certain types of melodies, or if you play piano or guitar like me. So that's definitely a great place to start. From what I've heard is Reddit. I haven't personally done it, but I know a lot of people have a lot of great success with Reddit. They talk to a lot of people. Discord is also another great place to do it, just because there's lots of like-minded people, lots of producers hanging out there, sharing their beats, their kits, their services, and lots of places to just get plugged in. I know Bluff, he has a really good Discord server that a lot of people pay attention to. So if you can get into that one, BLVFF New York, I think is his handle. It's a great place to start.
So the next question is from Slowed and Reverb. I actually really like that name. It's pretty cool. I like that. Slowed and Reverb, what's your question, mate? Should you plan for short-term or long-term marketing strategies? Now, this probably is not going to help you that much, but I'm going to say you need to do both. You need to have a short-term strategy and you need to have a long-term strategy. But the key is you need to have one big, massive, stonking long-term goal, and you have smaller ones that lead up to that big, stonking goal. Now, there's a book that I read and study every single day. It's by a guy called Gary Keller, and it's called The One Thing. I'll leave a link in the description here. The one thing is literally just focusing on one thing, but he teaches you to actually have one big goal with small little goals leading up to it. Now, where people go wrong is they choose really, really easy goals as their main goal. You don't want to do that. Your main goal wants to be huge, and then the smaller ones want to be easier. But what you're basically doing is you're making sure that those smaller goals are in line with that larger one. So in answer to your question, have both. So you have a short-term goal and a long-term goal, but just make sure the long one is a massive one. Something that's going to be a massive struggle for you to reach. It's probably going to take years, but that's the way to get success if you're looking to promote your beats and be successful with them. Josh, what do you think?
So definitely have a short and long-term strategy like he was saying, but for me, I kind of focus on the more day-to-day stuff. So I'm posting stuff that's relevant to today. I'm posting, kits that are relevant today, giveaways that are relevant to today, beats that are coming out today that I have, just all kinds of stuff that focuses on today. And then there's the long term, you know, of course there's big goals. You want to work with X amount of people, you want to collab with this artist, and you know, you want to get these types of placements, and all that stuff's great. But you got to focus on the day-to-day stuff to build up to that long-term goal at the end. So know what you want to do, but you know, there's stuff to be done on the day-to-day, because if you miss out on that stuff, it's key.
So guys, what do you think about this? Do you like what Josh and I have said? Do you like our answers? Leave a comment down below. We'd really like to hear from you. The next question is from Project Sori. Is there a more efficient way of reaching more listeners through social media without spamming links like a robot? Yes, this is a really good question, and it's a question I absolutely love. Mate, what you need to do is you need to build a community around your social media account. And when I say build a community, what I mean is, I'm not on about gathering loads of people and, you know, you guys have drinks and something to eat. I'm not talking about that sort of community. I'm suggesting that you build a community of people that you talk to on a regular basis every single day. I've got a podcast coming out later this week that actually talks about that, and it means that you need to kind of focus on one social media account. And when I say one social media account, I'm not suggesting that you don't post on the other social media platforms. What I am suggesting is you need to have probably, I'd say, between 90 and 95% focus on just one platform. Now look, you come from Twitter, so I personally, if I were you, I would concentrate all your efforts on Twitter and build a community of like-minded people around your Twitter account. You're talking to them every day, so your tweets will show up in their feed and vice versa. Then what you do is you steadily build that community. So you still follow people each day. A lot of people are going to jump into those conversations, and all you do is just build day by day. If somebody new jumps in that you don't follow, start following them and start commenting on their tweets. And what you do basically is you just post your content as normal. I like to suggest using the method which is called 90-10. So that's 90% of the content that you post is for your followers, and then 10% are promotional ones. And when I say promotional, it could be going to SoundCloud, it could be going to YouTube, it could be going to your website, it could be going to Bandcamp. It doesn't matter where. It's that 10%, the ones that you're going to use for promotion. The 90% is just going to be pure content for your followers. That's a way to actually post on social media to promote you, your band, your brand, or your beats. It's the best way to promote it without spamming the social networks. Josh, what do you think?
So the best way that I've acquired more listeners and more people listening to my music is definitely through interaction and being there and talking to people and being an honest, real human being. I think that's the biggest way that you're going to get a strong, solid listener base. Like I just tweeted about a new EP I have coming up this weekend, which is the weekend of the 20th and 21st of November. And, you know, over 100 people liked that, and that's probably the biggest response I've ever had to any music I have coming out on streaming platforms besides SoundCloud, because I just drop stuff there regularly. But it's just building the relationships with people in the DMs, in Twitters, in mentions, just doing your best to respond to as many people as you can while there's not a lot of people, you know, hitting you up or getting back to you. So really nurture those relationships with those few people that are in there, because that's huge.
Okay, so the next question we've got is from Karma. It's a two-part question for the producers of Twitter. If an artist purchases a beat but makes a trash song, will you still promote it? Have you ever asked an artist not to release a track because it's bad and you don't want your beat getting bad press? Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna answer this one. I'm gonna need to be serious here. It's actually quite a funny question, and I actually quite like it actually. I'm gonna answer it as sincere as I know how to be. It depends who the artist is, and it also depends on how you are and how you want your brand to be. Ordinarily, if somebody's purchased a beat from you, there's not really a lot you can say. To be honest, it's up to you who you sell your beats to. Me personally, if I was a producer, I would let them publish their beats and their song, whatever it is. It wouldn't bother me at all. Bearing in mind, you're going to have hundreds, maybe even thousands of beats out there in the ether, so loads of people are going to be using them anyway. You're not going to have that much control over what happens with them. And like I said, it all depends how you are as a brand. If you feel that it's going to damage you, then yes, it's probably worth you saying something. But me, if you're asking me as a personal question, I wouldn't be bothered about it at all. Some are going to do really well and some are going to flop. Listen, it swings and roundabouts really. I wouldn't take it too personally, and I definitely would not ask them not to publish it. What you've also got to remember as well is they might actually have a small crowd of people that are actually interested in their music. They might actually think it's actually quite good. So you have to be really, really careful what you consider to be good or trash. I think it was trash the word that you used. I'd be really careful with that, because like I said, they might actually have an audience that actually quite likes their track. So be really, really careful. I personally would allow them to publish it. Josh, what do you think?
Okay, so if an artist purchases the beat, releases it, and it's a trash song, I'll retweet it for the most part. If I have a good relationship with them, it's kind of like the deciding factor for me. So if it's like, if I'm cool with them, if I talk to them, if they seem like a real genuine person, then I'll share it. I'll retweet it. I'll talk about it. Not all the time, but I'll at least do that much to get the awareness out there that there is a song out there that I have produced. I have nothing against it. If it's like a really bad like subject matter, like it's really just really like dark or gross or dirty, like way too much, that might not be something that I want to put my name behind. But you know, I'm not gonna tell them they can't put it out, or that's their art, that's their thing. If they want to do that, they can do that. They bought, you know, the lease for 1,000 streams or 10,000 streams, whatever the contract is that we, you know, nailed out. But yeah, I'm not gonna tell someone they can't post something.
So guys, what do you think of this so far? Please leave a comment down below. Also, if you subscribe and hit the bell notification, if you haven't done already, that just kind of gives YouTube a signal that you guys like this content, and it allows YouTube to show my content to more people, to help more musicians, help more producers. So guys, if you don't mind, subscribe, that'd be fantastic. It would mean so much to me. Let's get back to it. Okay, got a question from Chris J, I think that is the pronunciation. Artist, producer's question. What separates you from the rest? What makes someone want to follow your story? This is actually an easy one. It's fantastic we've got Josh on this video as well. It's actually being unique. And if you look at Josh's account, and I'm not just saying this because he's on the video, yes I am. I'm not actually saying it because it's on the video, but I would suggest being unique. And if you look at Josh's account, you'll see how unique you can be. The reason why he does so well, the reason why he gets so much exposure is, one, he's consistent with the way he posts content, and secondly, he's unique. What he's done is he's looked in the marketplace, he's aligned his music and his beats along with what's going on in the marketplace, and basically he's put his own little spin on it. He's made it that he's so unique, people will actually relate and know exactly who it is, even just by hearing the actual track. And I know it's going to sound really cliche, but you really do need to be you, okay? There's only one person that can be you, and that's you. So you need to be unique. There's nothing wrong with maybe even copying a little bit and mimicking a little of something else or someone else, but at the end of the day, people are actually going to be buying into you more than they're going to be buying into your beat. So I would personally just be you, be unique, come out with an original style that's your own. And one thing I would really hope for you guys to do, and this is probably the most important part, I think, of this whole video, what I'm going to say and what Josh is going to say after this. But I would recommend, just like I'm doing now, talking to you, is doing a lot more face to camera if you're a producer. And look, I know a lot of you are scared and a lot of you are shy, but I'm telling you now, the people that actually purchasing your beats won't be able to get to know you unless you do a lot of face to camera. And I'm not even meaning like a setup like this. Just grab your phone, just grab one of these and talk directly into it. That's all you have to do, all right? It doesn't have to be for like 5-10 minutes. It can be for a few seconds even. But on a regular basis, just pick up your phone. You can, if you're using Twitter, you can just click on the little icon, which is the video icon. You can record something maybe for a minute, but just show people your personality, because I think that's really important. Josh, what do you think?
So what separates me from the rest of people? I'm pretty real and honest. I obviously do the videos with the camera. I'm not afraid to talk to you guys and let you guys know where I'm at, or how I'm feeling, or, you know, my experiences on things. I think that's a really big thing for me, because I'm not, you know, hiding behind like an icon or a logo, and you don't know what my face looks like, you don't know who I am. Like I'm just me. I'm real, I'm honest, I'm vulnerable. And people want that. They want transparency right now more than ever. I've said it before and I'll say it again. They want real honesty, and they want to know who you are, and they don't want to know you as just some person on Twitter who, you know, shares stuff but can't talk to them, can't get real, and can't relate. So that's a really big one for me.
Next question is from Sleepless in Flatland, and I think this is the last question actually. How does he make bang? When I listen to Jawsh Crespo track, I feel like this. Why? Now, of course, Josh can answer this himself. He's uniquely placed to answer it because you were talking about him. I would say, and it goes back to my previous answer, he's basically looked in the marketplace and he's kind of aligned himself with what's going on in the marketplace, but kind of given it a little twist so you know it's his track. And don't forget guys, it's not always the sound. A lot of it is the presentation of the way the actual track, the way the beat is actually presented as well. That has a lot to do with it. I haven't really got too much to say on this because it's kind of uniquely to Josh. So Josh, take it away, mate. You tell us what you think.
So Sleepless in Flatland says, how do I make bang? I think you're talking about like how hard the track hits or how the track hits. I let the 808s clip a little bit. I let the kicks clip a little bit. I appreciate you noticing. It's one of the things that I enjoy listening to when I'm riding around and listening to my tracks and seeing how they're performing. It's one of the things that I listen for, and at this point I've kind of dialed it down to a science of where I have it in my DAW before I export it as to where I want it to be. So you learn. I mean, the stuff from 8 months ago that I made didn't hit as hard. Sometimes it did, but I've kind of gotten it down to a science now. So thanks for taking the time to ask these questions, guys. It's pretty awesome for me and, you know, Des, to get on something like this and you guys ask any questions, to care at all what we have to say. That, to me, that's a big deal. So thank you guys. I hope you have a great night, and thank you once again for having me, bro.
So guys, if you want to learn more about marketing either you, your band, or your brand in this fast growing music industry, then this is definitely the right place. Like I said, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I really have enjoyed doing this with Josh. It's the first time I've done something like this, and I just appreciate the fact that he agreed to do this. There's actually plenty more content to come, so again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell notification. Each time I publish a video like this, you'll get a notification. You'll be one of the first ones to watch it. Like I said, if you're looking to promote either you, your band, or your brand, this is the best place to be.